Test. All right. Today we'll keep working on the pipe system. The problem what we had yesterday, I just already fixed today in the morning. The problem was that when we was changing inputs and outputs, it was not saving them properly. Like, for example, we set it to 3. Still 3 now, and when we just switch their positions, it's keeping them up, up. When we save the game and start the game, we click on it. Oh, it's not saving it. That's weird. I just thought it was saving it because we save the data. Wait. When we go to machine, where do we set the owner? Here, set owner, we do here. All right. Distributor. Why it's not saving the data here? I mean, the data of the arrays are here. We also save them here. How does the placed object function work for saving? Placed objects group script. All right. For child and get node placed object get children while placed object scene packed scene placed object scene dot pack child. Player data placed objects array pan placed object scene. All right. Hello W, welcome. How are you doing? Maybe the overlay for YouTube I have to play somewhere else than at the bottom, maybe at the top. Not sure about it. We'll see. All right. Wait. Here we save it. And we save the array. Hey sir, I have a problem. My game idea changes every week and I have to restart. The best thing is that you do your plan before you start to create the game. Otherwise, you will end up to want to implement new stuff always again and again and again to the game. And this will most likely leads to what's happening here. What is that? Never mind. Yes, and this could lead you that you, for example, you have one function which do whatever movement for the player, or like you have a weapon and shoot the enemies, and then later on in 2 weeks you just saying, oh, it would be cooler to have the player just fighting with a sword, and then you have to get rid of the shooting function and then have to do the sword function, and then you just renew all the stuff what you had planned before with new things, and this will leads to the problem that you will never have a finished project. So just make a plan beforehand where you want to go and just follow this. And don't let yourself distract you from new game ideas. I mean, when you have new ideas, write them down somewhere, but just focus on your project. Even you think that the new idea could be better than the current project, just keep it somewhere and just keep work on the current project, what you are working on before, and you will be all right. It's working for me. How I can make a plan? For me, it's helping. I mean, I use Adobe Illustrator for that, but you can use any how's it called? Mind map? Yes. Try to create something like this. Create a genre. Well, I mean, not create a genre, just choose the genre where you want to go in, choose what the player can do, what the player shouldn't can do, what is the goal of the game, what is, maybe you have a story, write a story for your game, and after you have like a good base for your game, just then start to programming and create your datas. And I will always advise you, start with programming first and do the graphics later. Graphics is something what you should do at the very end. Otherwise, you will end up like me. For example, you have this movement. I mean, right now I have 8 directional movements. But when you first plan with 8 directional movement and and you already created all the sprites, and later on you just be like, maybe 4 directional movement is fine. So you spend a lot of time to make the movement for 8 directions, but you just need 4. So always keep focus on the functionality first and then the visual. Why I can't save this data here? Down, up, save. Left, right. I mean, this is the standard. So the problem is, it's resetting it. Thanks, you're welcome. And if you need any help on something, I could try to help you. You can just join the Discord group and ask your questions there, if you like. Otherwise, try to keep focus and have progress every day. Even if it's just a very, very little bit. Why it's doing this? Oh, this group I can delete. This group belongs to another scene and can't be edited. What? Um, Why it's not saving the array for proper? Oh, I know why. Because I set the default here. Is it that? I mean, actually, it's not on ready. Okay, but what I could try is set create arrow settings arrow setting dictionaries, and here I'll say func if I make 3D games, so sometime I code first, then it's hard to create compatible environment, and when I make environment first, it's hard to code something in it. Can you tell me an example? Because, I mean, I never worked in 3D, so I actually have no clue what the best way to work in it. But when I'm thinking about player movement, for example, then it doesn't matter what you are moving there. It's just important that you move something. So I would always, in a 2D world, I always use at the placeholder a Godot logo with a circle shape. In a 3D world, I'll just take a random tic-tac to moving around. It has a round shape at the bottom, so you can move it like always, also like mountains and hills. And you can exchange this later on for everything what you need. And when you have something like a hand or a pickup, the hand doesn't need to be a hand yet. The hand just is just an ID 10 coder. Capsule is best for player in 3D. You are correct. Thank you very much. The capsule. I always forgot the word capsule. That's why I call them TikTok. And thanks for following in YouTube. Thank you very much. TikTok shape is crazy, LMAO. But I think everyone would understand what it is. Oh, wait. I'm not sure if it's even an international brand right now. And hello, Cupix. Where should I start? I always start with player movement for a game. I mean, actually, I start with the plan before. I plan the genre for the game, then I plan the player. Then I plan what could be the goal for the game, and then I create functionalities which will lead to make it a bit harder for the player to reach the goal. For example, you have a platformer, and then you need a 2D or 3D based world which has physics. And in this world, what you want is that the player can solve this level as slow as possible. So what you could add items which will buff the player and stuff like that. I would start with just a plan what you want to reach, what kind of game you want to do, and what is the goal for the game. And everything in between you can still, I mean, you can scale it. But most likely, the most games working with having a story. And if you really have no plan how the story of your game should be, there are AIs right now. You can still talk with an AI to find ideas. They are your smart little friends, which gives you free ideas for something. GDD is a good idea for planning out a game. Trying to decide on the engine I want to use for my next project. A cozy Metroidvania. Technically I could do it in anything, but thinking of what design consideration pushed me toward what engine. Godot, BV, even G-Develop. Finishing design over the holiday. True. I mean, as this is my first ever project and I just have two smaller games, which I finished and already published in itch.io, and I use for all of them Godot, and I never had the feeling of that I'm missing a functionality. And if I had the feeling, I just find a way around to still find a way to can implement this what I need. So in my opinion, I would choose Godot because this is what I understand the most. I never worked with another game engine before. What is Bevy? I never heard Bevy. Bevy? Refreshing, simple, data-driven game engine built in Rust, free and open source forever. Also sounds nice. 2D renderer, 3D renderer, render graph, animations. Looks also nice. I can imagine my plan. I have great ideas, but when I'm not able to write, I don't know how to write. I think to create a shard is the best way to do so. It's like you have like but this what Cubix was it Cubix? Yes, Cubix said that it tried with a GDD, a game design document. But it's all also have like marketing and stuff like that. I think this is something what I mean you should if you do it for the money, then of course you should do research before. But if you just do it for fun, then you don't need to do the research before. Bivy is a cool engine, I would pick that. Just because I only tried it once and wanna try it more. Never used Bivy. I hope I say it right. Maybe it's BV? Maybe BV. Or BY? B. Whatever. Bavy. 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 For your German accent. Hey, 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 hey. That's rude here. Can you tell any app with graphs and free software to write idea? Our German accent, I'm German too. Alright, okay, then it's fine. Yes, I can tell you, but I forgot the name. But I've never used it to be honest. Because I work as a graphic designer, I always work Illustrator for everything. But there are programs extra for notes. Maybe I'll find it. Mind Manager, free mind. No, 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 no. Open source. No. SourceForge alternative. Two. Log sequence tree sheets. Free plane. Free mind. Deep notes. I have no clue. But maybe you should find searching for free mind map software or open source mind map software. Free mind is great. I've used it for over a decade. Okay. ID Tens Coder, I'll call you Ten Coder. Tens Coder. Advice, free mind. It's ID. Well, well, well. Yeah, that makes much more sense than just trying to read it as a number. Because any senior developer who doesn't think they are an idiot is dangerous. Because any senior developer who doesn't think they are an idiot is dangerous. Parsax, thanks for following. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Um, where did I stop? Oh, I think I write script. Yes, I stopped here to create the scripts via code rather than just here. But I'm not sure if it will change anything. I could try it. Okay, bye, thanks a lot. Now I have start writing. Alright, W, and keep me updated on your project. See you again. Um, alright. Alright. If did it have is empty? Yes. It's empty. This one? Alright. But I'm not sure if this has any impact. But what I think is when it's joining the scene again, like it does here. So it's up, right, left, down. Save. Okay, yes, like I just expected, it's actually not changing anything. But why it's not overwriting the data? Here I update the dictionaries. To this one. And when we load the current arrow settings, then we current state equal to input, then we say current settings is current indexed in storage to UI arrow settings. This is the dictionary. Otherwise it will be the 3 one. And we load it and then we update the arrows. And we update the arrows here. Updating them here. If current arrow settings dot get raycast, our child in UI input group dot get children. If current get raycast 2 equals child dot order int. We just updated. Is it just not displaying it, right? Message failed to send. Why? Wait, in Twitch? I have no clue. Am I still live? Wait. It's not even anything bad. I mean, when it's something bad, then I would at least got a request. Like, if I'm okay to show this in Twitch, in the chat. Or the bad word, which could be a bad word in another language, maybe. By the way, Gross, will you do Advent of Code? Send? I don't know, man. Weird. What is Advent of Code? This one? One coding problem a day. I will try it, but in which language is it? I mean, which coding language? Anything you want? You only provide the answer. Oh, interesting. Yeah, of course I'll do it. It's a nice get into the stream thing. Well, I'll do it. Just make sure the solution is correct. What will happen otherwise? But that sounds very interesting. They send zombie police to your house if you answer wrong. Oh no. That's really horrible. Oh, you had to get through that. Oh, nothing happens. It's just for fun. Wait, is it 50-50? Down, up, left. Save. You get stars for each day you found the correct solution, then you can compare yourself on a leaderboard. Did you see that? It was correct. Down, right, up, save. down, right, up. Was it the same? I'll do it this way. Up, down, left. But it's very interesting. I'll for sure join it. Now I forgot the order. Up, down, left. But why here is it always wrong? And the better question is, the distributor interface starting with the wrong face. Like when I open it and the machine state is 2 input, it's 3 input, then it should start in 3 input. I think advanced code was held first in 2015 and since then it has been held every year in December. Did it have something like, I mean, you know, for almost every game in the world now, or every type, you have something like LOLDL, or you have whatever, wait, LOLDL, PokeDL, and stuff there where you have daily challenges. Maybe you have something like Codel too. LOLDL. I mean this one. Yes, it has. A daily code game. You have to guess. Wait. Play default mode. Don't you have to guess the correct pronunciation from the language categories after you guess the language. Wait, this is very hard. Play table mode, play name mode, return to main. Ah, here's the guess. Oh my god, I have no clue. That is above my knowledge. So nothing for me. Alright. So the distributor interface, we load the data here. And oh, wait, when I'm right and when I'm thinking right, the data is correct. It's just not loading correctly. Like when we go into it, move, and then again. We do this one, right, left, up, down. And so on. Save. Back to menu. Load, start. Using it. Yes, it's working. The problem is that it's just set it to 3 input. And because it's 3 input, it's just loading the data for the 3 input overview. What we need to do now is when we are ready, we'll call this function once and load data. And we say if current, no, not current interacting storage dot, actually this one equals to input, then we say, then we'll call this one and say toggle input false, return. When we start the game, then it should work. Hopefully. Let's see. Let's see. Why it's always reloading the left side here? Oh, today I was writing a YouTube overlay and I make it work properly, that it counts the subscriber for the YouTube overlay. So they are actually not seeing the people here walking around. It's just a Twitch thing. YouTube won't see it. Invalid access to property of key current state on a base object of type nil. Wait, YouTube people won't see my amazing Ash mini-me. I feel betrayed. No, they won't. This load thing I shouldn't do here. It's when we interact with it. Use object. Huh? Oh, alright. Um, this one. Alright, and now when we open up the distributor, it should work properly. Let's see. Three, save, back to menu, start the game again, and hopefully we are at 3. No, we are not. So where do we change the state? Actually, it only makes sense to change the state at this point. And it seems like that we do it right. Here we change it to 3 input. Otherwise, we will change it to 2 input. And as default, we set 2 input, which is not true. We don't have any default here. Wait, here we also set the state. Hello, nice code, bro. Hello, Sinta Nurfia, welcome. And thank you. Even though it seems to be not the cleanest code here. Current state, e dot. No, print current state. This is fine. So when we save it and we start the game, I didn't thought that the just saving data could. So this is 1. But it should be 0 now. When we just join the word, we should just get a 0. But is it heavy on compiling? Godot is very light in compiling. If you're talking about file sizes. And it's actually very, very easy to export, to compile a game. You can compile easily to Android, iOS, Linux, Mac, Web, and Windows. Godot doesn't compile, it's interpreting. Okay, Cubix, this is something what I don't know. It's interpreting. It's not compiling. Well, my knowledge is just not above GD script. Thank you, bro. I'll subscribe and maybe try to understand your code. If you have any GD script based questions, you can join the Discord group and I can help you with coding if you like. The link you would find in the description, just if you like. And also, if you want to share your progresses and your projects, feel free to just do it there. We'll like to see it. All right. The state. Wait, the state was 0. But when we open it up, for some reason it's opening the wrong. No, the true. Now it's set to 1, save, back to menu. And now it should print 1 when we start the game. It's 1, but when we open it up, it just shows us 0. That's not true. And I want to know why. What I'm doing wrong. It has something to do with this one. Wait. Wait, maybe I know why. Because I toggle it, right? So when we go into 3 input, and we call this function with true, for example, and it's true, and it will be set it to 3 input. Well, GDScript is interpreted at runtime by Godot's engine, starting with Godot 4.0. GDScript starts... Wait, GDScript's scripts are optionally pre-compiled into bytecode to improve performance at runtime while still being interpreted. C# scripts in Godot are compiled using the mono runtime and then JIT compiled to machine code at runtime. When developing custom modules or modifying the engine itself, you work in C++ and compile your code directly into Godot's engine. But since most people work with interpreted GDScript, that's what the default is when someone asks whether Godot is compiled or interpreted. Thanks for following in YouTube. Thank you very much. Today, it's a lot of people in YouTube. But I still don't understand the difference between interpreted and compiled. Pre-compiled into bytecode. Mono runtime and then JIT compiled to machine code at runtime to improve performance at runtime. So, I mean, modules are modifying the engine itself. You work in C++ and compile your code directly into Godot's engine. I wish sometimes I would have a bit more background knowledge in all of this. Compiled code is turned into machine-readable instructions before running, while interpreted code is translated and executed line by line during runtime. So compiled code is like, I mean, I just know that compiled code is not readable for humans. That's why we have this computer languages. And when you compile your code, it will be readable for the computer, but not readable for us anymore. I mean, probably maybe readable, but it's somehow useless for us that we can't do anything with it anymore. And interpreted code is translated and executed line by line during runtime. So it's the performance is better then, as it's executed at runtime. Maybe. Thanks, so I need to learn coding first, LMAO. Performance is typically better with compiled languages. And would you say, as I know that you ever worked with GDScript, if it makes a huge difference between GDScript and C#, for example? Oh, that's why. That is something what I really, I mean, when I ever worked with Unity for maybe one day, and that was like a year ago, maybe 1.5 year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I'm not sure. No, 1 year ago I started Godot. Maybe it's already 3 years ago. And I pressed this button. It took me always 5 to 10 minutes until just start my game where I just had a scene with a background, with a player, which I can move. So that means in Unity, when you start your game to debug it, it's compiling the whole game first, and then you can debug it. I mean, then you can test playing it. And that's why this is starting that fast, because it's made in GDScript. And it's just interpreting everything at when you need it. Godot physics sucks. I never use Godot physics. I create my own physics for the one game where I use physics. Because I had a lot of bugs with not static bodies, the other rigid bodies are horrible. Or maybe I just used them wrong. But I just created my own physics. But 3D, I have no clue. Maybe this 3D physics is better, but I have no idea. Depends how heavy your code is. Physics. I mean, with physics. Wait. Does it just work? I didn't watch it. Oh, it's not changing it. It was on 3, but it's not changing it to 3. Oh, this is a problem. What is happening now? New game. Start. I do not know why. I mean, I have one other save file and I press random buttons on my keyboard. And somehow I manage it to just press exactly the same keys over and over again. And I can't create another account. Well, that's a long message here. Look at it is it as this. You are a cook. You can prepare all your ingredients before you start cooking. This way, when you actually cook, everything runs fast, since you only need to grab the prepared parts. But it takes you time to prepare all of it. You compile it. On the other hand, can cut your ingredients only when you need it. This way you can start cooking right away, but always have to prepare the stuff you need while you're already cooking. This way you have more overhead when actually cooking. Oh, that's a good example here. Hmm, that's a really good example. Ah, has to be set it afterwards, otherwise we got this error here. How exactly the compile interpret process works would go too far, so for a widget, since it dependent on the compiler or interpreter you use, or your engine uses. Alright, but thank you for the explanation. Huh? Invalid access to property or key current state on a base object of type nil. No problem. Mm, I have to thinking. Why current interacting storage is null? Ah. Oh. Um. Because I set it here. Um, no, we can't do this. Um, mm, that's a bad way here. Probably it will work, but hmm. Get children on the null value. Inventory 2. I need a function. Where do I instantiate it? Is it here? Yes, here I instantiate it. Toggle button. I have to thinking right now. Toggle button true. Toggle button false. Um, but why it say null? Set storage data to. Oh. Yeah, the problem is But this one has to be false and this one has to be true. My keyboard is so weird. To toggle caps lock, I have to press caps lock, but to untoggle or detoggle caps lock, I have to press shift. Alright, and now it should work. No, it's not. Expected one argument. So when we go back to menu, load, start. Hä? It's set it to 3 now. Back to menu, load, start. But it's starting with 2. I think there's a problem with the player animation. Did I save the data? Current tool sprite. But some reason I think this has nothing to do with this warning. Layer eyes, layer pants, layer shirt, layer hair, and layer shoes. Where's this error from? Similar issue. Future, I was having a similar problem with my frames were set up properly. Turns out my idle animation was still set to autoplay in my animation player. Thanks, dude, you saved my ass 9 months in the future. So it has something to do with idle animation. And where? Animation player. Was still set to autoplay in my animation player. Wait. My idle animation was still set to autoplay in my animation player, but where do I set autoplay? Answer found. This error was due to the fact that I set a one-frame sprite sheet for an animated sprite. I don't have animated sprites. Except this one. Where's autoplay? Hä? There's an autoplay on load. But for the animated sprite 2D... Hä? I don't see any auto... What is onion skinning? It has an idle animation and that is a... It drove me nuts. Basically, search all codes for frame. I had this line. Thanks for following YouTube. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Alright. I mean, this is something what I can take care later, because, I mean, the game is still working, right? What I want to figure out now is why it's not changing to the right 2-input or 3-input over, I mean, lookalike, when it should do. So when I call this one with true, it will set it to 3-input, and it will instantiate 3-input as a scene. And as you can see here, here's no overview, and it should have the 3-input as the first page. This is 1. Now I change it to, wait, why this was 1? So when I save it back to menu, I start the game, then it will be, I have so many prints now that I do not know which one is what. This is actually that what I want. Click got. Alright, start again and check again. We have 1 now. We start. And now it's 0. When we start now. Wait, I need to check something. Okay, here's nothing. 2, 3. Two. Is it not saving the current state? I have no clue which one is this, to be honest. It would be nice if Godot writing which node is the reason for this error. So we are solving actually one problem a day. One small problem a day here. Script. I mean, the problem here is not even that it's just always open the wrong one. That would be easy solve. It will, but the problem here is that it's always open just the 2 by 2 over UI and not the like inverted version. That would be an easy fix, but the problem is that it's always just doing this here, no matter what. If it's 3 input, 2 input, it doesn't matter, it's always doing this. Oh no, sorry, it's always doing this. Like it's not reading the return. Update arrows. All right. Let me think. Remove current input scene. If it's set to true, it will change. And when I use it here, where's use? Use object. If current state equals distributor state, to input, Then we call this toggle button with false. But I do not know if this will help, but let's see. No, it's not. When I start here and I close it, it has two input inside. When I go back to menu, load, start, what does it have now? Nothing. When I open it, for some reason it has two input UI now. But the only place where I instantiate the scene is here. Are we ever here? Print. We are here. And then we will check this one. Print. No. We'll check this one. Print. We are here in the machine at 3. Alright, start. Hä? Alright, so we are never, ever in true. So let's start the scene. We'll change to 3, save it. Alright, start it again. Start. We are at here at 2. Save it. And we are by default at 2 again. Even the current state is also always 1 when we start the game. Why this one is not... I mean, why it doesn't got saved? Saved in your file system? Ah. And it's exported properly. Why it's not saving it properly? I want to check something. Now we'll not check the interface, we're checking the distributor itself. So now we go to remote, world, placed objects. Distributor. I just thought this is the current state. The current state is 1. Which I think is fine. 1 is this. Then we go back to menu. And then we load the file again. And then we go to Word, placed objects again. But now it's 0. Why current state is changing to 0 by on its own? Why it's changing back to 0? The, to its parents was the same reason that the print statement. The order of value assignment is as follows: initial constructor assignment. Num value was used as a. In my case, how I could have fixed it while still using the enum and not would have been to have a parent resource assign the enum value to the other variable. Um, um, why it's always changing to 0? Where do we got the input raycast size? Where where do we anything with this? That's the only 2 places. And this is the only thing what I don't like of this code. think that was the problem here. I mean, it's showing 3, but the button here is not set it to 3. Um, so somehow, can I toggle a button? Let me see. I think I'm 100% sure I can toggle them. Just have to set button pressed on. All right. Right. Just back. All right, I think I found the error here, and we just have to, first of all, that press no signal. They think about everything. But actually, that I will not do it this way. Then we go to the distributor. And we say, And wherever we say this one, toggle button, we say get a note, button pressed, set. So it will also emit the signal. When we did alright, it's showing properly now, and we can move them just like this one. And here we also say left, up, down, save, load, start. Left, up, down, right, left, or right. So the data is safe. What else do we need to do that this pipe is working? Actually, we need to save the data first. Wait, I just want to know if the functionality is already working. Distributor. So let's see. Okay, when I understand it right, the pumping function is also already working. So let's say we have input left and output right. So when we set two pipes, input, output, input, output. Alright, if current output object dot get node input raycast get collider in base self. In base null instance. Wait, if current object. It should be a pipe. Oh. Alright, here we always have to say this function will check if the pipes are facing into each other and will stop the process. But we have to change it a bit. Um, try again. Alright, this pumping out is working. But pumping in is not working. But this is a problem of this pipe. Current output pipe is null. Alright. I feel like in pipes. Huh? There was the problem. Alright. Get collider and base null instance. Alright, here we have to do it in a bit different way. Dot is distributor. Then we have to do and If raycast.getCollider equals checking object. Alright, so this one. In pipe. Current distributor. Checking object. And self. Alright. Let's see. Hä? What is current output? Current output pipe is a distributor. Oh, I think I used it wrong. Yes, I use it wrong. Let's see. Why it's not pumping them inside? Well, just deleted it. Alright, we set 3 to 1. We have left and we set right as an output. Left and right. Okay, this will be only called. Right. This is false. Why this is false? Hä? Um, 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 um. Left. Right. Why I just deleted the print? Start. False, 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 false. Why it's always false? Check if the current distributor has an output which is the same like the object. And why we check in the input? Alright. Um, get children on the null value. Input output group. And this is not even Okay, now it should work. Hopefully it will work now. So just clean up the garden. Get the distributor. Actually, one is enough. Pipes. This one. Use it. Left is input, right is output. Inventory data on base object of type null instance. Hä? If check outputs get current outputs. Hä? Why are we landing here when it was clearly a 3 input? When it was changing to a 2 input. Out of bounds get index 1 on base array. Check outputs. Check outputs get current outputs. What is get current outputs? Will it work this way? Input, output. Wait, why it's happening this? Word. Placed objects. Distributor. Oh, has two outputs. It has just one input, one out. Yeah, it has just one output. But where do we get them? Will it work this way? Load start. This is what I don't understand. I think the problem is that they're changing in the middle of the process. So it's two input, even. The problem is it's not setting back the raycast at the right moment. But this is something what we will do tomorrow. We'll repair tomorrow. Thanks to everyone who was watching. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun today, and we made a better progress than the days before, which is very good. Tomorrow we'll keep working on it. I think tomorrow we'll finish it. So we will have a functional pipe system which fully has a full function. Thanks to everyone who was watching. If you want to support me and the game, you can wishlist it already on Steam. It will help me a lot. It will help the game a lot. Thanks to everyone who was watching. Have a great day, night, evening, or whatever time it is where you are right now, and take care.